Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi, good evening, everybody.
Hi, good evening, everybody.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
My
evening,
name is
everyone.
Ayomide
My
Akindele,
name is Redefined
and we are about to
and we
begin
are about to begin
the skills conference for
the
today.
skills conference for today.
We are currently waiting for our
We are currently
speaker.
with our
He will
speaker.
join us very soon.
Join us very
Please
soon.
let's all get ready because as soon
Let's
as
all
he's
get
here,
ready.
we'll begin. Good evening, Mr.
Good
Fola.
evening, Mr. Fola.
We will begin shortly, please. Let us just stay tuned. We'll begin very soon, in less than 5 minutes. We'll begin soon.
All right.
Good evening, everyone. You're welcome to today's edition of the Redefined Teens Group Skills Conference. And today we have Mr. Fola George. Is going to be teaching us video creation. Good evening, Mr. Fola.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you very much for having me.
Mr. Fola, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so we'll begin now.
All right. Okay. Good evening, everybody. My name is Fola George. Right. So, I don't know. I mean, if you can display the slides I sent to you. I mean, if you can hear me, if you can help me display the slides I sent to you to your mail. Okay. So I guess I'll just continue like that. I hope everyone can hear me. All right, so my name is Fola George. I'm a video editor, content creator, and a YouTuber. Right. I want to be sure if everybody can actually hear me. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for that. Yes. So please move to the next slide. All right. So tonight we'll be discussing the step-by-step guide to creating your videos. All right. So before I move into that, what is video creation? And for those of you out there that are new into video editing or video creation, what should you know about it, right? So, and what are the tools that you need for creating videos, right? So, definitely, if you have a smartphone, you are good to go, right? If you have a smartphone, you are good to go in creating videos, right? So, you don't necessarily need a camera before you start video creation, right? The tool you have in your hands is good to go. It's perfect for video creation, right? So, what are the apps that you need for video editing or video creation? The apps that you need for video creation, we have so many video editing apps. All right, so we have so many video editing apps like CapCut. We have video editing apps like KineMaster. We have video editing apps like InShot, right? So I basically use these apps for my editing, right, and for my video creation, right? So like I said earlier, the device you have in your hands, device that can fit into your pocket, is good enough for video creation, right? So you don't necessarily need a camera, you don't necessarily need a PC before you start creating videos, right? So your smartphone is enough, right? Your smartphone is enough for you to start creating videos, right? So definitely you need the skill of video editing to be able to, put content together. Right? I need the skill of video editing to be able to put content together, because in today's world, we all consume a lot of content on the internet, right? So we consume content on TikTok, consume content on YouTube, consume content on Instagram, right? So these contents we consume on all these platforms, They are majorly what? They are majorly video content. Right? So they are majorly video content that we consume on all these platforms. Right? So if you are smart enough, you will definitely learn the skill of video editing. Right? So you learn the skill of video editing and you will begin creating videos. Right? So you begin creating videos for yourself, beginning creating videos for businesses, right? And you begin creating videos for, to be able to generate income for yourself, right? So you can't do without video content today, right? So even if you want to promote your business online, if you want to get people to trust you well enough, excuse me, you have to be able to put out video content, right? So this is why you need the skill of what? Video editing, right? So I've actually run through the apps that you actually need for this video editing skill. Like I made mention earlier, I said the apps I use most of the time CapCut, KineMaster, and InShot. Right, so there are so many video editing apps that you can use apart from these ones. But these three apps I just mentioned are the apps I use most of the time. Right, so these are the apps I use most of the time, and I use this app to edit my videos. Right, so as a video creator or a newbie video creator, you want to be able to do what? You want to be able to position yourself on different social media platforms. Right, so you want to be able to position yourself on Instagram, you want to be able to position yourself on YouTube, you want to be able to position yourself even on TikTok, right? So these video-based platforms where people are always binge watching videos, right? So you want to position yourself on all these platforms. So what do you want to be known for, right? Do you want to be what niche do you want to be known for, right? So as a video creator, you need to have a niche, right? So you definitely need to have a niche. So there are so many niches that you can actually create videos on. So many niches you can create videos on. So we have countless number of niches, right? So are you in the fashion niche? Are you in the is it food niche? I'll call it, or catering niche, or confectionery niche, right? For those that bake cakes, for those that make food, and all of that, right? So which niche are you known for, right? Which niche are you known in, right? So you want to pick a niche. So give for example, I'm in the digital productivity niche. So I create content on digital productivity, right? So how to stay more productive online, how to make money with your smartphone and all of that, right? So that is the niche where I find myself in. So I create video content on that. So as a video creator, you need to pick a niche. What are you passionate about? So you must let people know your passion, right? So do you want to do vlogs? Are you into skit making? Are you into making of comedy skits? Right. So when you pick a niche where you know the exact niche that you have passion for, definitely it will be easy for you to be creating content in that particular niche, right? So pick a niche. You have a smartphone, right? And there are tons and tons of apps, right, that you can use for your editing, right? So you pick a niche where you want to be creating content on, right? So what else? Then we now move on to the skill of editing, right? So we move on to the skill of editing. There are so many things involved in video creation, right? So many things involved in video creation, from the niche you are picking, from how to create the content based on the niche you picked, right? And also how to grow a following, right? Because the purpose of posting videos on the internet, number one, to build your influence, to build your impact, right? To make impact, and also to build a following, right? And also to make money too, right? So let's move on to the basics, right? The step-by-step guide of creating videos with our smartphones, right? For those of us that only have a smartphone and you want to start putting out content, you want to start creating videos, right? So let's move on to the step-by-step guide to creating your videos. So number one is what? Number one is ideation, right? So number one says have a clear understanding and mental picture of the type of video you want to create for your brand, right? So there are so many types of videos that you can actually create for a brand, that you can actually create for your brand, right? So we have whiteboard animation videos, we have 3D animation videos, we have text animation videos, so many types of videos. We also have 2D animations, right? So depending on the type of video you want to create, um, yeah, depending on the type of video you want to create, so many types of videos that you can actually create for your brand. So you should have an idea of what you want to create, have an idea of what you want to bring to life, right? So video editors are similar to designers, right? I will call a video editor a designer in motion, right? A designer that designs objects in motion, right? A designer designs static objects, right? It designs just an image, something that is static, while a video creator, a video editor, designs objects that move, right? So you need to have an idea, a clear understanding and mental picture of what you want to bring to life, right? So just for example, you wake up one morning, right? Like every morning that you wake up, and you have it in your mind that you want to eat breakfast, right? You have it in your mind you want to eat breakfast. So before you go on to cook breakfast, definitely you would have cooked it up in your mind that, okay, I want to eat rice this morning, right? I want to eat beans this morning. I want to eat bread and beans this morning. I want to eat cornflakes this morning. I want to eat spaghetti this morning, right? So you would have conceived it in your mind before you bring it to life, right? So this is what the ideation means, right? So ideation for video creation is you thinking up a concept, right? Thinking up a concept that you want to bring to life. So give for example, a brand comes to you and tells you you should create a video for them, right? So first of all, you want to come up with an idea, right? You want to come up with an idea for that brand. So if you don't have an idea, you may not be able to easily create your video, right? So you want to come up with ideas for that brand. So the first thing you need to do is to come up with an idea, right? Before you start creating. So ideation is very, very important, both for designers and editors, right? So let's move on to the next. Let's move on to the next slide. Yeah. So the next slide says develop a strong concept that projects your ideas. Develop a strong concept that projects your ideas. So, like I said in lesson one, I said you should have an idea of the type of video you want to create, a mental picture, right? You should have conceived it in your mind before bringing it to life. So, develop a strong concept that projects your ideas. So, how do you get concept for your videos? Now that you already have an idea of what you want to create, how do you get concepts for your videos? Right. So, there are so many places you can actually get concept for your videos. You can get concept from different social media platforms, right? You can get concept from Instagram, you can get concept from YouTube, you can get concept from TikTok, right? So these are social media platforms that you can actually get concept from. So give for example, you are given a project, a video project to create a video for, give for example, for an app, right? So is how do I put it now? Maybe a company comes to you, like a fintech company comes to you and tells you to create a video ad for their app, right? I don't want to mention any big fintech company, right? So we all know fintech companies like the ones we normally use, right? So a big fintech company comes to you and tells you to do what? To create a video ad for their app, right? So they want more publicity, right? They want more publicity. So that kind of video ad is going to be what? A mobile app, a mobile app video, right? Maybe they want people to know how to, how to use their app, right? So they want you to create a video, right, like an how-to video, right? An how-to video on how customers, users are going to use the app, right? So you as a video creator, you need a concept, right? You need a concept. So as a video creator, you also need to understand the place of doing your research, right? So you need to understand the place of doing your research. So when you have been given a project like that, what should you do next? Right? So the thing I would advise you to do next as a video creator is to go on social media platforms, look at brands that are related to that fintech company. Right? Look at brands that are related to the company that gave you that project to do. Right? So go and check out videos that have already been created. Right? Videos that have already been created for other fintech companies. Right? So we are working with a fintech company now. Right? So we want to check videos that have been created for other fintech companies so you can get a concept that we're going to use, right? So I hope we got that. Right. So let's move on to the next slide. Let's move on to the next slide. Okay, lesson 3 says outline and get what you need. Outline and get what you need, right? So it says here, as a video creator, you need written scripts, you need images, you need recorded videos, you need background music, and you need what? Sound effects. So these are the resources that you need for your videos, right? So as a video creator, you cannot do without a written script, right? You cannot do without a written script. So will I say 50% of your video, or is it not 70 or 80%? Let's say 70% of your video is composed of a written script, right? So your video will make sense if your written script is communicating to an audience, if your written script is communicating to the people that are actually watching it, right? So you can't do without a written script in your video, right? So you say you want to create a video for a company, you say you want to create a video for a brand, right? And you don't have a written script. What then are you creating, right? What then are you creating? So you definitely need a written script for your video. So if a brand gives you a project to do, definitely you should ask for a written script. Without a written script, I don't know what you are creating, right? So the second on the list is our images and recorded videos, right? So we need images or recorded videos to create videos, right? So images in the sense that, okay, give for example, let's say a brand like let's say Sweet Sensation or Chicken Republic, right? So Chicken Republic, they want you to create a video for them, right? So they want more customers, right? They want more customers to come and patronize them, right? So as a video creator, you want to ask for images of people that have actually done what? Images of people that have actually eaten in their what? In their restaurant, people that have eaten at their place, right? So you want to get images. So you request for images so that you are going to use those images for creating the video you are given to create, right? So images and also recorded videos, right? So you want to get videos like, let's say, testimonial videos from the brand. So the images and the videos, you are going to compile them together as a professional that you are, right? You compile them together and edit them, right? So these are the resources you need. Never forget that you cannot do without a written script, you cannot do without images, and you can also not do without recorded videos, right? So these resources, ensure you get them before you start doing what? Before you start creating videos. So let's move on to C. So C says what? You need a background music, right? So you need a background music for your videos, right? So when you are creating videos, for your video to be more engaging, for people to be able to enjoy your videos, definitely you need a what? You need a background music, right? So background music would ensure the flow in your videos, right? It will ensure the flow in your videos. It will make sure your video is interesting to watch, right? To make sure your video is interesting to watch. To make sure the audience your video doesn't bore out the audience, right? So background music keeps things rolling, right? So while creating videos, you need a background music, right? And there are different sites you can download background music from, right? You can download background music from melodyloops.com. So many sites that you can download background music from, right? So number one site I download my background music from is melodyloops.com, right? So maybe we'll get into that later. So the number four resource that you need for your video is sound effects, right? Sound effects. So you may not need sound effects all the time while creating, right? You may not need sound effects for your videos while creating, right? But sound effects would make your videos engaging, right? Sound effects would make your videos very, very engaging. So sound effect like whoosh, boom, bam, boom, those kind of sound effects, right? So give for example, let's say, okay, give for example, a plate fell from your hand, right? Let's say you are cooking in the kitchen and a plate fell from your hand, right? So what sound are you meant to hear, right? Definitely you are going to hear the plate shattering on the floor, right? So you are going to hear like a shatter sound. So when, give for example, trying to come up with a scenario now, trying to come up with a scenario, or when somebody jumps into the water, right? When somebody jumps into the water, the sound effect you are going to hear is a splash sound effect, right? A splash sound effect. Or when somebody is washing a car, right? And he holds the pipe or the hose and he begins to spray the water on what? On the car. Definitely you are going to hear a splash sound, right? So you want to make your audience, the reason for sound effects, the reason for background music in your videos, you want to make your audience to do what? To have that feel in your video. You want them to feel something, right? So as a video creator, you want people to feel something when they are watching your video, right? You want them to feel something, right? And also to take a required action. So that's the reason for creating videos. You want them to feel something and also to take an action. So this is the reason why we need what? This is the reason why we need written scripts, the reason why we need images, recorded videos, background music, and also sound effects. So these are the resources that you need as a video creator or a video editor. To the next slide. Next slide, please. Ayo, if you are there, kindly move to the next slide. Ayo, are you still there? Okay, Ayo is not here, and I actually need the next slide to continue. Yeah, I think Ayo is trying to connect, so please be patient. Right, I think he's having network issues also. So please be patient. Let's wait for Ayo to come back. So before Ayo comes back, okay, I think I'm very much live. So let me just keep on engaging you guys. Right. So let me keep on engaging you guys. So like I mentioned earlier, the resources that you need for your videos, right? I mentioned images, mentioned recorded videos, mentioned background music, and also sound effects, right? Mentioned sound effects. So if you watch YouTube videos a lot, right? You watch YouTube videos a lot. Give for example, maybe you watch comedy YouTube videos, and maybe you watch vlogs and all of that, right? So if you notice in vlogs, when you are watching vlogs on YouTube, definitely you see that these video creators, right, these vloggers, they use a lot of background music in their videos, right? They use a lot of background music in their videos. So the reason for that background music is for you to do it, to feel something, right? For you to feel something. So you are not just watching a video. They want you to actually do it. They want you to actually feel something, right? So that is the purpose of creating videos. You want to be able to strike an emotion into the mind of what? Into the mind of the viewer, right? You want to be able to strike an emotion into the mind of the viewer, right? So if you're able to strike emotions into the mind of the viewer, you can do what? You can get them to do what you want them to do. You can get them to do what you want them to do. You can get them to either maybe buy a product, you can get them to maybe subscribe to your YouTube channel, right? And any other thing you want them to do, right? So I'm explaining what I'm explaining video creation from the point of a YouTuber, right? Explaining video creation from the point of a YouTuber. So there are so many YouTubers that do what that do like let's say affiliate marketing, right? So they do affiliate marketing. Even the top YouTubers, right? Like Mr. Beast. If you are familiar with Mr. Beast, right? So I know that Mr. Beast does what? Mr. Beast sells products in his YouTube videos, right? He sells products in his YouTube videos. He promotes, digital products, promotes physical products too, right? On his YouTube videos, right? So one thing I studied about Mr. Beast and his videos is the way he's able to do it. Is the way he's able to engage people till the end of his videos, right? The way he's able to engage people till the end of the videos, the way he's also able to get people to take an action, right? So that is the purpose for you creating videos. You want people to be able to take an action. You want to strike an emotion first, right? You want to strike an emotion in the mind of the viewer, and you also want them to take an action, either to click on the link, either to buy a product, or either to subscribe to your YouTube channel, right? So I don't think I've made mention of this, that the first few seconds of your video matter a lot, right? The first few seconds of your video, that is, if you're a YouTuber, right? If you're a YouTuber and you're creating videos, the first few seconds of your videos must be very, very engaging, right? The first few seconds of your videos must be very, very engaging. So people's attention span is very, very short these days, right? People's attention span is very, very short these days. So when somebody clicks on a video and begins to watch a video, if the video is not engaging enough, they are going to click off that video, right? They'll definitely click off that video. They won't enjoy, right? Everybody wants to get this dopamine, right? When I say dopamine, you want to get that entertainment instantly, right? So if they click on a particular video and they are not getting that dopamine, they are not getting that entertainment in their head, right? They are going to click off the video. And this is not what you want as a YouTuber. This is not what you want as a video creator, right? So the first 3 seconds, first 5 seconds of your videos must be very, very what? Very, very engaging, right? So this can actually improve your what? Your average view duration. That is your is it average view duration? Yeah, average view duration. That's your AVD, right? Your AVD. So there's something we call AVD and something we call CTR, click-through rate. Right? We have click-through rate and we have AVD, that is average view duration. So your CTR is click-through rate, while your AVD is what? Your average view duration. So when we talk about CTR, right? So I'm actually delving now into YouTube, right? So I'm delving a lot into YouTube. So your CTR, which is your click-through rate, right, matters a lot, right? So how do you improve your click-through rate, right? So you improve your click-through rate by using what? By using what they call it now, your thumbnails, right? Your thumbnails on YouTube have to be very, very eye-catchy, right? So there's a whole lot that can be said about YouTube, right? You can't explain YouTube in one day or in just one session, right? So your click-through rate would be improved if your thumbnail is very, very catchy, right? So if your thumbnail is very, very catchy, you can improve your click-through rate. That is the rate at which people click on your videos, right? So if you see a very eye-catchy thumbnail on YouTube, you'll be very, very compelled to what? You'll be compelled to click on the video, right? You'll be compelled to click on the video. And your average view duration, that is how long people watch your video. You can also call it on audience retention, right? How long are people watching your video, right? So your click-through rate, you improve your click-through rate by designing top-notch thumbnails, like very, very eye-catchy thumbnails that we get people to click, that okay, that would actually do what? Improve their curiosity, right? They'll be like, okay, when they see this thumbnail, the next thing that comes to their mind is, let me just click this thing. What is inside this video, right? So that is how you improve your click-through rate. While your average view duration, or how you improve your audience retention, is how engaging your video is. Were you able to get people to watch your video till the end, right? So that is just like, how will I put it, a tip of the iceberg when we're talking about YouTube, right? So there's a whole lot to talk about YouTube, but we can't talk about all of YouTube today, right? So let's move on to lesson 4. Thank goodness Ayo is back. Right, so let's move on to lesson 4. So lesson 4 says what? Create your scene on paper mentally. Right, so create your scene on paper mentally. Right. So 4A says what? Have a strong, captivating intro. Then, Ayo, please, can you zoom in a little bit? I'm struggling to see the slide. Right. So create a scene, your scene on paper mentally. Right. And 4A says have a strong, captivating intro. Right. B says what? Break up your script into break up your script into the scenes. Right. Oh, Aya is gone. Right. So let's continue. So as I was saying, I said lesson 4 says create your scene on paper mentally. And A says what? Have a strong, captivating intro. Right? Have a strong, captivating intro. So, like I was saying about YouTube, that if you are not able to engage people in your first 3 to 5 seconds, right? So you can engage people in your first 3 to 5 seconds, and that can actually determine if they watch your video till the end, right? So you want to get people to be able to watch your video at least for the first 3 to 5 seconds, for the first 10 seconds. If you can hook them for the first 3 to 5 seconds, for the first 10 seconds, maybe, just maybe, they can watch your video for 1 minute or 2 minutes, right? So give for example, you have a 10-minute long video, right? A 10-minute long video. So you want to go straight into the point, right? You want to go straight into the point. There is no need for what? no need for intros, right? So the new trend on YouTube, right, for you to get people to, for you to engage people a whole lot, is for you to cut out intros, right? There is no need for intros. You don't need all those intros whereby like an introduction to your channel. You don't need all of that these days, right? So you just want to get straight into the video, get straight into the point, right? No need for fluffs, just straight into the point. So in your video, if you are going to be teaching us how to cook rice, just get straight into it, right? Just get straight into it. So if you are going to be teaching us about crypto, you're going to be teaching us about how to bake a cake, you are going to be teaching us a new stunt, you are going to be teaching us a new life hack, just get straight into it. There's really no need for, hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is so and so. No, 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 no. You don't need that, right? These days, you don't need that. That is why you have a channel trailer, right? So your channel trailer is like a very, very short video, or depending on how long you want to make it, channel trailer introduces people to your YouTube channel, right? Introduce people to your YouTube channel. So everything somebody needs to know about your channel will be said in that what? Will be said in that channel trailer, right? So that is that about that. So have a strong, captivating intro. When I say intro, even if you are going to be using an intro for your YouTube videos, your intro shouldn't be that long, right? Your intro shouldn't be that long. You can have an intro about five to maybe 10 seconds, right? Usually I used to have my intros like 30 seconds long, right? 30 seconds long intro, right? So when I discovered that, it used to reduce my average view duration, it doesn't retain my audience when they are watching my videos, then I had to cut it off. I had to just do what, cut it off. So I had to reduce my what my intro. So you really don't need an intro. Just get straight into the video. Just get straight into the point, right? Get straight to the point, right? So your video should come in different scenes, right? Your video should come in different scenes. So you should have, give for example, you want to talk about 10 ways to use 10 ways to use AI, right? You can say 10 ways to use ChatGPT, right? So you want to have like scene one, scene two, scene three, scene four. So in scene one, maybe you just quickly like say like a quick intro, right? You really don't need an intro, like I said. So when you tell people on your thumbnail that here are 10 ways to click on this video to learn 10 ways to use AI, right? 10 ways to use ChatGPT. So immediately I click on your video, the first thing I want to see or hear is what? Number one, you can use AI to do it, to power self-driving cars. You can use AI for nuclear warheads. You can use AI for so and so, right? You want to get straight into the point, right? So you have to move on to number one. AI can be used for self-driving cars. AI can be used to treat cancer patients. AI can be used to, build house. AI can be used in robotics. AI can be used in so and so, right? So just move straight into it, right? So for every point you are going to be mentioning, you are going to have, right? You are going to have a different scene for each point, right? So give for example, you are mentioning point one. So point one is going to be in what? Scene one. You are mentioning point two, right? So point two is going to be in what? Scene two. Right? You're mentioning point three. Point three is going to be in what? Scene three. Right? Like that and like that. Right? So break up your script, break up your videos into the what? Into different scenes. Right? Break up your script into different scenes. Right? So now that you've been able to get all the resources for your videos, you've been able to, what else? yes, you'll be able to get all the resources for your videos. Now you want to move into creating that video, right? You want to move into creating that video. So like I mentioned earlier, the beginning of our session, I said the apps I use mainly for my editing are CapCut, InShot, and KineMaster. Right? CapCut, InShot, and KineMaster. So that these are the three main apps I use for my editing. Right. So I use CapCut most of the time because CapCut is very, very smooth to use. KineMaster, yes, I use KineMaster to an InShot, right? So just basic little some. If I want to create like a quick video, or I want to compare pictures together, yeah, I just want to like do a quick edit, right? I use InShot, right? InShot is like the simplest video editing app ever, right? So it's like the simplest video editing app ever, easy to use, even without taking any training or watching any tutorial video. You can actually use InShot. It's very, very easy to use. Then for KineMaster, right? So when I started video editing, I started with KineMaster, but the interface of KineMaster is not smooth at all, right? The interface of KineMaster is not smooth at all. KineMaster these days can be kind of stressful, right? Stressful to use, unlike CapCut, right? So KineMaster can be very stressful to use. So then I now discovered what I discovered CapCut. And I discovered that CapCut was very, very easy to use. CapCut was very, very smooth, right? So I now transitioned into using what? Into using CapCut. Now today I find myself using what? Using CapCut, right? I still use KineMaster though, but most of my editing is done on what? On CapCut, right? Even most TikTokers or most video editors today that use smartphones major so much on using CapCut, right? Because CapCut has the reason why so many people use CapCut today is because CapCut is very, very smooth to use. The interface, mwah, the output, mwah. What else? Everything about the app is just mwah, right? So it has so many options, right? So many options, filters. You can even edit like the lightning of your videos. You can edit so much in it, right? So the output is neat, the interface is neat, everything about the app is just mwah, right? So these are the three main apps I use for my videos: CapCut, InShot, and KineMaster, right? So what else do you need to know about these apps? Yeah, what else do you need to know about these apps? Right. I think that's pretty much it. And I think our time is actually fast spent. Right. I think our time is fast spent. And Ayo is not with us. She has not been with us for a while. Right. So I don't know how this is going to end. Right. I think I'll probably end this session by 8 p.m. Right. So this is 7:57. So I think the session continues tomorrow. So I think I would have to end this session myself, right? I think I'll have to end this session myself. So we'll continue tomorrow. So since the session is for 2 days, February 10th and February 11th, so I think I'll have to end the session myself, right? So I hope you guys got value. For those of you that are watching, I hope you got a lot of value from this session. And we are really sorry for any technical issues, any technical difficulty that has not made this session to run very smoothly, right? Because I was supposed to use my slides to as a guide, but I think AY she was having some technical difficulties, right? Her network was kind of acting up. I think that's why she's not been able to come back also. But thank goodness the session is for 2 days. Then we are going to see tomorrow. Right. Thank you very much for having me. I remain Folajo, your favorite video editor, content creator, and YouTuber. Right. So we'll talk a lot more about video editing and content creation tomorrow. Have a great night rest. Bye.